what's good? Your 413 here back in today, and today guys I'm going to be going over all the brand new cars coming to Forza Horizon 4 from Forza Horizon 3 and Forza Motorsport 7. So these are brand new cars that did not appear in those two games, but I will say this, I did only go back to Forza Horizon 3, so there are cars on this list that have appeared in previous Forza games. In fact, the first car on this list actually did appear in a Forza game all the way back in Forza Motorsport 4. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. So starting things off, we have the Ascari KZ1R, which like I said has actually been in a previous Forza game, but it is such a damn cool car. It is so cool and it hasn't been in the game in such a long time that I did feel like it deserved to be on this list. I mean, it is going to be a hell of a lot of fun when we do get to take it behind the wheel. After that, we have the 1964 Austin FX4 Taxi. Then we have the 1965 Austin-Healey 3000 Mark III. Then we have the 1958 Austin-Healey Sprite Mki. Starting things off in Bentley, we have the 1931 Bentley 4.5 liter and the 1931 Bentley 8 liter, which I actually thought, because I saw this in a leak, that, you know, they had engine noises for a 4.5 liter and an 8 liter. And when I looked up a picture of them, they looked pretty similar, so I thought maybe it was just like an engine swap that was going to be specific to this car. So I'm actually kind of excited to see that there are two different cars that are coming into the game. After that, the next car on this list is actually kind of debatable as to whether or not it's in the game already or not, and that is the 2018 Dodge Challenger Demon. And the reason why I say this is because we already have a 2018 Dodge Challenger Demon. However, though, it is a Fast and Furious edition, so if you did not get the Fast and Furious car pack that came out, you know, it really is not going to help you out that much. Plus, as well, it's Fast and Furious edition. It's kind of debatable on this one. It's kind of debatable as to whether or not this car should be on this list or not. Then we have the 2012 Eagle Speedster, and again, we have another car on this list that is actually kind of debatable, which is the 2018 Ford Mustang GT. Now, some of you guys are going to be saying, but Kurt, there hasn't been a 2018 Ford Mustang GT in Forza Horizon 3 or Forza Motorsport 7. And you would be right, the car has not yet been released into Forza Motorsport 7. However, we have actually seen gameplay of this car drifting at Dubai. And that is really kind of why I'm debating about whether or not to put it in here, because we know it's in the game files of Forza Motorsport 7. We've seen the interior of the car, because at first, you know, when I was watching this little bit of gameplay footage, I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's a Mustang just drifting. I didn't even notice it. And then somebody pointed out to me, that's a 2018 Mustang interior. That's a new car. And I went back and I looked at it, and yes, indeed, it was a different car that we do not have in the game, and it was drifting at Dubai. They kind of made a mistake on, you know, kind of saying, hey, this car's in the game. But honestly, we've seen this car in gameplay videos from Forza themselves at the Dubai track drifting, and honestly, it's just like, okay, I guess this car is going to go on the list because the car has not yet been released into the game. After that, we have an amazing brand new car. I cannot wait to do this, which is the 2017 Ford number 14 Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing GRC Fiesta, followed up by the 2017 Ford M Sport Fiesta RS. These are going to be two very awesome cars that I cannot wait to get behind the wheel. After that, we have the 1986 Ford Escort RS Turbo, followed by the 1964 Ford GT40 Mark I, and the 1959 Ford Anglia105 SE. So next up after that, we have the 1964 Jaguar Lightweight E-Type, which honestly, when I first saw this car, I actually thought, okay, so this is a Jaguar E-Type convertible that somebody took the convertible portion off and then put a new hardtop on it. And I found out later on from one of my subscribers that, you know, they're like, hey, that's not how it is. This is actually a completely different car called the Lightweight E-Type. And honestly, I think that's pretty damn cool. It is a cool looking car. I think it looks a lot better than the current E-Type that we have in the game. Following that, we have the 1973 Land Rover Range Rover. And after that, we have the cover car, which is the 2018 Mclaren Senna. Then we get to one of our biggest cars on this list, which is the 2014 Mercedes-Benz Unimog 05023. Which I guess the 05023 tells you that this is an off-road spec version of the Unimog. After that, we have the 1966 Mg Mgb Gt, and I also thought that the MGA twin cam was going to be on this list. However, though, apparently it's actually a unicorn car in Forza Motorsport 7 that I actually own. And I didn't realize this until somebody pointed out to me that that car was already in the game. Next up, like the Ascari KZ1R, we have the 2010 Morgan Aero Supersports, which has already been in a previous Forza game. However, though, it has been quite some time. Next up, we have the 1958 Morris Minor 1000. I wonder if any pianos are going to drop. Then after that, we have the smallest car on this list, which is the 1962 Peel P50, followed by the 1962 Triumph Spitfire. Then we have the 1998 TVR Cerebra Speed 12, and then we have the 2005 Vauxhall Bonaru VXR. Then finally, we get some competition for the Mercedes-Benz racing truck in the form of the 2016 Volvo Iron Knight. Then finally, what we have is we have three cars from Volkswagen, being the 2017 Volkswagen Andretti Rallycross Beetle, the 1983 Volkswagen Golf GTI, and the 1969 Volkswagen Class 5 over 1600 Baja Bug, which honestly, guys, if you remember back in Forza Horizon 3, Volkswagen was not a manufacturer in the game, which I don't know what was going on with that situation. It could have been Dieselgate, it could have been something going on that was a little controversial. A lot of people were upset that Volkswagen wasn't in the game. However, though, honestly, right now, I would throw Volkswagen under the bus if we could get the manufacturers that are gone right now, being Toyota, Lexus, Rolls-Royce, Mitsubishi, and Tesla. Honestly, guys, if we could just get Toyota back, I would be so happy. I'd be so happy. Don't get me wrong, I still like Volkswagens, and that Volkswagen Andretti Rallycross Beetle is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. But honestly, I'd like my Toyotas just a little bit more. So but anyway, though, that is where I'm going to go and wrap things up for today. Leave a comment down below and let me know which car on this list you guys are most excited about. My favorite car is probably that 2017 Ford M Sport Fiesta RS or the GRC variant, because honestly, it feels like it's going to be very similar to the RS RX, just a little bit more sprightly, and I loved how it drove in the demo. As well, if you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Kurt413 and Instagram.com/Kurt413. And if you guys like this video, go and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Bye.